Alright y'all, kind of a quick video here in the shop. Hopefully you can hear me, the echo ain't too bad, but we'll see what happens. But I'll go through some of my tools here. So this is my tool cart as I have it right now. Made a video earlier on my setup here, but if you remember, if you watched that video, a few things have changed. So I've been wanting one of these little snap-on guns. Guy works here has got one, and you know, I've got a 3/8 kind of stubby here, but I just like how that one's made. So I was able to get that and this, couple batteries and a charger for a pretty good deal on Marketplace. So there we go with that. This is US General Harbor Freight magnetic rack for your impact guns and stuff. I had to modify it a little bit, cut out a notch there for the bolts on the head to fit over in. Same with that one there. If it was longer, it would have been fine, but being the stubby, it needed to fit down in there better. And this one here just fit fine, didn't have to do anything with that. But I've got that little tray down on the bottom. I've got my main 1/2-inch drive there for taking off wheels and tire rotations and changes and stuff. And that's a M18 stubby 1/2-inch drive. And that's pretty strong, and you can get in a lot tighter places than you can get that one. I added this shelf. I really like that. I've still got it pretty clean where I can just pick it up, set it down out of my way. I've got these bits, Torx bits or gear wrench, and I've got a few of these rails. They're magnetic, and they just came off Amazon. Then these are just the Pittsburgh regular Harbor Freight Allens over here. And these organizers here are kind of like the snap-on magnetic tray, and I just got them today at Harbor Freight. These here, it's got, you know, 2 racks for the same thing. This is all one piece. Your shallow down here and your deep well up here, but these are just the semi-deep. That's why they look so short in there. And this here, these are cobalt sockets, deep wells, but you can see that's how they would normally stick out if all these were deep wells and not semi-deep. Gear wrench, ratchet wrenches here that I got on a sale at Tractor Supply a while back. And I've got some stubby ones that's down in the drawer. These here, that was in the same pack, so they were on a good sale. I don't really use these a lot yet. These are just Power Torque, which is O'Reilly brand if you didn't know. Double box in, different sizes there. These are a pretty nice set of wrenches. These are Icons. These are not the ones that everybody's looking for with the anti-slip. They're hard to find, but they're just the normal wrenches. These are some Cobalt wrenches. I took the Cobalt metric that I had to the house, and I'll probably, you know, step up and get the standard Icon set and take them home. But as you know, nowadays, you don't really use standard like you used to. Icon screwdriver set over here. And I don't use them a lot. Usually we use, you know, bits and impact drivers, but pretty nice set of screwdrivers. Pretty affordable. It's like 50 bucks versus, you know, whatever they are on Snap-on. This is a Doyle ratchet and screwdriver. I got that at Harbor Freight. I think it was like 10 bucks. Pretty decent for the money there. I don't remember if I mentioned that most of these sockets I have here, these are Icon from Harbor Freight. Had pretty good luck with them. They're definitely pretty cheap, you know, pretty decent quality. I hadn't broke any of them or had any problems, but anyway, these things here are really handy. This work light here is USB-C rechargeable, and it's a Braun brand. Anyway, you get that at Harbor Freight, it's like 30 bucks. I was thinking about getting the Icon one like that, but that's like 55 bucks. And I didn't really see where it was worth the extra money. It looks like that one's made just as good, but we'll see. And we got, this is an older snap-on 1/2-inch drive that a good buddy of mine gave me. This one and this one here. This one I've had for a long time. I used it in the woods logging a lot. That was my first, you know, expensive ratchet that I got, and have never broke it or had any problems with it all the way up to here. This is a Power Torque, longer, non-flex head, kind of a low profile, not super low, but pretty low. And something like that works pretty good as like a breaker bar, or when you get in there, the serpentine belts to pull the tensioner back. A lot of times the tool, you know, that the head, the anvil is just made straight, and you can't really get in there to, you know, get into place for it and then to pull it or whatever. So it's nice to be able to ratchet and get to whatever you need. This is a Power Torque from O'Reilly's as well. This is a new one, but I've got one at home I had in the woods for a long time. And you can get this thing a lot of places you can't get anything else. And you can also, back here, just put an extension on the end of it if you need a longer handle. So you can, different size extensions, you can kind of control how long you make that ratchet, so that's pretty nice. This is Icon. I really like their ratchets so far, no problems with them, pretty smooth. Pretty nice ratchets for the money. I haven't had any dealings with the warranty yet, you know, lifetime guarantee at Harbor Freight. You just have to take them back and they give you another one, but I've never personally done that. This is Icon. This is a Snap-on, I was saying. This is just a Pittsburgh brand, but thought it was pretty cool. Had bins in a couple different places. Pretty cheap, like 15 bucks. May come in handy one day. This is a pretty nice set here. Comes in a hard case and the foam. I took the hard case out, just foam to save space. But it's got, pretty much covers your 1/4-inch drive bases. 5/32 up to 9/16 with no skips in standard. Shallow and deep. 5 on both, up to 14. On the metric, shallow and deep. Comes with a little ratchet, a couple extensions, and a swivel, and I think it was like 100 bucks. This is one I've had for a long time that I hadn't used a lot, but this is a Gear Wrench brand. Nice little ratchet. I always like that teardrop style, like the Snap-on. And this is a little Icon. This is a Titan, which you get it at O'Reilly's. Pretty cheap ratchet, but it's really small and compact. Got that teardrop swivel. I actually used that the other day. Nothing super tight, but a tight space that I couldn't get anything else, you know, but like a wrench or something in. I was able to use that. Then I've got the Snap-on 1/4-inch drive with the flex head on it, longer handle here, but it's right. I think they should have made this a little more heavy. When you put some pressure on it, this kind of twist, and I don't really like it. It doesn't really feel very heavy either. I think that should have been made a little heavier. This is a really shallow set of sockets, Power Torque, metric. Same as the ratchet here from O'Reilly's. Get in tight spaces. These are 1/2-inch drive cobalt impact sockets I've had for a long time. Never had any problem out of them. Snap-on pry bar set that a buddy of mine sold me for a good deal. So these are used, but no problems with them. Over here in this little corner, I've got my lug sockets, and this is a Cobalt 22 there. I just recently got this Pittsburgh set, you know, thin wall lug nut socket set for like 50 bucks. Got a lot of sizes, and the rest of them is down there in the bottom, but I just put the most common ones up here where they'd be easy to get to. Over here, I really like the Icon extensions. Haven't had any problems out of them. You can get the set with, I don't know what all the lengths are, but you know, a bunch of different sizes in a nice little tray. All those Icon sockets come in, you know, little plastic trays like that, but took them out. I reused them for a while, but took them out as I needed more room. These are the 1/2-inch drive Icon extensions, and I took them out of the plastic and just threw them in here because I needed more room. This is an old Snap-on flex head 1/2-inch drive that I got at a pawn shop for like 100 bucks a long time ago. My pliers drawer and kind of everything. Got the Knipex there, or Knipex, however you say it. These are Carlisle, which are Napa pliers I've had for a long time in the woods. Always did a good job. It was nice pliers. They was pretty cheap. I think they were 30-40 bucks. And this is a Carlisle wire stripper and crimper. I got all this sinus stuff going on in my head right now. But these are, I think, really good for the money. These Icons, of course, they're made to look like Snap-on. You get the same 3 setting and everything like that. And let's see. I don't think it says where it's made, but it's China or Taiwan or something. But anyway, they're only like 15 bucks a pair. I got the needle nose and side cutters, some trim tools, like a scraper. And then I got the small and the bigger set of the, I don't know what you call those pliers, kind of like a needle nose style Snap-on pliers. They're really good pliers. I've got a few Snap-on things. This is a pair of flush cutting pliers for cutting zip ties to where they're not really sharp and jagged. And this is just a crescent, like a vice grips lock pliers. These are really nice. These are the Klein tools. This is a thin down adjustable wrench where you can get it into places, usually to hold when you got, you know, 2 connectors together. And usually a big adjustable wrench like this, you can't get it on the back one for whatever reason. This one I used a lot in the woods. I've had this one for a long time. Still got a lot of grease up under the handles. Like I said, with a lot of hydraulic fittings, you know, you would have a bottom, I can't think of nothing now, but you'd have like a bottom coupler or adapter going into, say, a valve body, and then you would have a hose on top. Well, when you go to take a hose loose, both of them spins. And usually, you know, the fittings and wrenches you would use would be so big that you couldn't get anything to hold the bottom. And these work real good for that, and they open up to 1.5 inches. So always use them pretty good. These are just Cobalt. These are some dual pliers I have not used yet with soft jaws for, you know, PVC pipe and plumbing stuff maybe, and it says you can use them for like oil filter pliers and stuff, but I figure I'll use them for something one day. These are a small set of channel lock oil filter pliers. Had a cheaper brake caliber tool, press tool, where you change in brake pads and push the caliber in, but I went ahead and upgraded to the Snap-on black tape. Just this little compact like pin blower in. You hook in an air hose and twist it, and you can, you know, have a little bit of air. And then this just a crescent tape line. Down here I got some picks, Icon scraper, the hammer. That's a really nice hammer. I've used it a lot, hadn't broke it yet. Smaller screwdrivers, hadn't used them much. Just a couple of Harbor Freight chisels and a punch there, and a little wire brush. Some blades, big pair of Nippics. I use these a lot logging, tightening up wheel bearings on trailers and stuff like that, but they're really nice. And then we got the wrench drawer again. I had most of my power tools in here, but I've moved them over on the side now. So I got a couple of Milwaukee bit kits right there. I've got a multimeter that I haven't used yet. I don't really know a lot about operating them. I got to figure it out. Use this in the woods a lot. Is the old power probe, and them things can be worth their weight in gold. This is just a small little like screwdriver. Put regular little small bits. Little rechargeable, not very strong, but you can get it in tight places. Use this a lot in the woods. This is several years old now. 1/2-inch drive Milwaukee cordless ratchet, and I use that changing cutter teeth where you couldn't get an impact or nothing but a ratchet into it. Some random cobalt sockets. I had these as lug sockets, and then I got the lug set, so I just kind of throw them down because I don't really get room for them on that rail. And down here is a nice Quinn set. Like I said, this is the lug set. That's a random bag with hammers and chisels and old air tools and whatever. But that's a pretty nice lug set. And this is the Quinn. I don't remember if they call it a master set. They may have, but I didn't really plan to buy all this. I need a lot of times on back brakes, the long shank Torx, and I couldn't find a set of those long shank Torx in Harbor Freight in Icon, Pittsburgh, or anything, so I ended up buying that to get them. But I got the Allen's short and long, Torx short and long, and the reverse Torx, which I've never used yet. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that. And this is the US General 5-drawer roller cart that I'm using right now. Stuck a cup holder on the back. This other little tray where I can put some brake clean and anti-seize and caliper grease on. But you can actually, if you organize and get the different, oh yeah, the Quinn spark plug set. Haven't used that yet, but it's pretty nice. These extensions lock on. Some of these have a swivel on it. But you can get a lot of stuff in these little carts if you can organize it right. Which, you know, as you see, I keep changing as I find better things and better ways to do it. But hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.